Hey, aloha and mahalo from our ranch here. So I want to continue talking about creating uh, fertilizer, natural fertilizer um, for your property here in on Big Island, Hawaii. Um, if you watch my previous videos, I talked about how to get soil here. You don't get soil. You basically scrape soil and combine them, collecting them into one location, so that way you have soil. Because here there's really no soil in Eden Roc. Okay, so if you see me on my plants, um, you might say, hey, you have a lot of soil. But no, there was no soil. When I bought this land the very first time we cleared, there was very thin layer of soil. And what we did was scraping. Okay, so instead of bulldozing, we scrape. How we scrape the top of the soil, top of the ground, and collecting all the soil into one location. Okay, and even then, the soil is not enough by itself. So that's being the reason why I I planned, I planned and I got pig very first, because I need to use the pigs for fertilizing my plants. And as you can see, they're very green. Okay, so soil, there's soil, very thin layer of soil on lands here in Eden Roc, but you must scrape them and collect them, and do not take anything out of your land, nothing. Put all your all the tree trunks, tree whatever, roots and whatever, just put them together somewhere, and I'll show you how we did it on my land. Okay, yeah, as you can see, yeah, in my previous video, just my last video, I talked about my fertilizer pond, and I think I want to elaborate more on that. Okay, but before we do that, I want to ask you guys, when you watch my videos, I see a lot of you watch my videos, but you're not logged into your Google account or your YouTube account. So it's not counted toward my views, although there's a lot of you guys watch my videos, but yeah, you might want to log into your account. And please share my videos, especially to those that are planning to buy land here and are thinking about growing plants. Okay, and believe me, if you want to raise pigs, that's another topic, but I just want to touch base on that. If you want to raise pigs, do not wait around and and build them a beautiful. No, you can just use anything, and I'll show you mine. You can use anything, all the trees from your ranch or your property. Okay, and I'll show you mine in a minute here. Okay, let me turn it around. Okay, so here we are. I use a blue tarp. Yeah. Okay. It's all torn up and stuff, but at least it's providing shade for the pigs. All right. And my pigs are humongous now. See how big that one is? Yeah, that is humongous. And then here is my breeder, the male guy. Yeah. Okay, so I'm dividing them up, each one in its own spot. And here's my breeder, the female. This guy over here is for barbecue, for roasting, and for whatever coming up soon. We're gonna butcher this one for the freezer. Yeah. Okay, that's for the freezer right there. This guy's for a breeder. Okay. Here's another breeder right here. And then those guys are for roasting over there. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3 on this side. They're the smaller ones. And then I have the bigger ones here. 1, 2, 3. So I have a total of 6 pigs on my land right now. We give away pigs already. So all you have to do is just use, these are all wood from my land that I just put them together. Then I went to Home Depot and I saw this. They were on sale because they're damaged, as you can see. Well, some of them, not all of them, but they're only $15 each when I bought them. It was a good deal, so I just buy, and now I'm using them for my pig pen. Okay, and there is gold. See that? That's gold. Okay, yeah. So gold, there's gold over there too. So what I do is I just spray everything down, okay, into my pond, my fertilizer pond. And let me show you where my pond is. So there is my pond. I used to have pigs here, but I don't like it because when I spray, it comes down here and the pigs drink whatever. So that's why I took this out. Okay, see that lava? That's just lava rocks. Lava rocks. Okay, and this is my pond over here. This is a very deep trench, very deep, maybe 7 feet deep. But I filled it up with soil prior to using it as a pond for my pigs. I actually fill it up with soil, and then yeah, so on the bottom of this is a very thick layer of soil. In fact, it was a mound here. And then when I finally get the pig's poop coming down and pee and all that stuff collecting there, then I came in and shovel it out and use it as fertilizers for my plants. As you can see, these taros, man, these taros are humongous. Even the tapiocas. Yep. And the bananas, because of me fertilizing it with the pig poop and pee. That's why I call those gold. All right, very, very important. And if you see that, see all the plants here are now really green because of the poop. So don't waste it. Do not waste it. You need to figure out a way of collecting. Yeah. And this is my way of collecting. This is there's no smell of this thing. I think there's good bacteria. I threw 2 packages of enzymes in here, and I believe the bacteria from those is eating it. So there's no smell here in this pond. What smells are the poop from the pigs up there, but down here you can barely smell anything. And I think because I threw that enzyme, and you can see this potato is growing like crazy. See the potato? Yeah, and that banana over there, I'm sure is gonna be really good. And then I have my my struggling breadfruit tree here, just because when the pig came out of there, yeah, when they escaped out of there, and they come and dug out the breadfruit, and just it was just lying around, and I come and pick it up and plant it again. So that's why it's looked like that. All right, so I created this. There was a big trench here. It was almost 7 feet deep. I filled it up with soil, and then yeah, when I sprayed the water from the pig, it's come down here, collecting in this pond, and then I come and dug out whatever I need for my fertilizer for my plants. So every plant that I have here, I dug the holes, fill it with soil from that pond, and then plant. Okay, so that's why I have really good growth here. Everything here. Okay, yeah. So, and See how green the grass is? It's come out like crazy. It's because of the water from the pond. Sometimes it's escaping down here, and I kind of like it this way. So that way I can water my, not water, but fertilize my plants. Yeah, so these potatoes and this grass is just, yeah. And then look at my kavas. Yeah, these potatoes, they just grew up by themselves. So I guess when the guy bulldozed this area or scraped the top of it, at least part of those potatoes are spreading all over the place, and they're just growing, randomly growing everywhere. Yeah, so see, so all I do is just weeding. Now we have our kava tree starting to come out, kava plants. Yeah, so this banana tree is gonna be like growing so big. I don't know why this one died, but anyways, my other kava, this is a different kind of kava. It's different than the other ones. The other ones are green and this ones are purplish. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, the reason why I have the pigs is because I really want to use the poop and pee for my fertilizer. And I don't want to buy fertilizer from the store. So that's the reason why. And it doesn't smell at all. To be honest with you, it does not smell down here. It's just up there where the pigs are. Yeah, I guess because their poop is fresh, so they smell. But down here, you can barely smell anything. So it's really good. And yeah, sometimes I'll just grab from here. So this is another, so it's flowing down, yeah, on the lava. So I will collect it from here. In fact, I collect from this area and then use it for my bananas. All the bananas here. Yeah. Look at the grass. It didn't take long. And this guy's gonna love it because that's flowing down here. Yeah. Yep. Obviously, I'm gonna dump a lot more mulch. Yeah, I'm gonna dump a lot of mulch in my pond. That's another thing that I do is I drop mulch in the pond and then mix it with the water that comes down from the pigs. It comes down and mixed in with the mulch and soil and whatnot, and I grab it and use it throughout my property. Okay, so very important. Yeah. Oh, I gotta show you something. So now I have mango tree. Okay, see this mango? Yeah, that's a mango tree. It grew up, I guess, when I was feeding my pigs. Because the pigs, they eat leftover food from our families in Hilo. We're collecting from them and recook them and then feed our pigs. So they're eating really good food. Yeah, I see this. I don't know what this is, but it came out of the ground because of the pig food. Yeah, we didn't plant those. It just come out of the ground. So, yep. Look at that grass. And I can let my pigs out so they can enjoy this grass. Gonna move this plastic, clean up a little because it's a mess. Okay, and remember I told you to not throw anything away. So I asked the guy to pile them on the property corners. So there's a pile over there. There's a pile over here. This will turn into soil. Yeah, okay. There's a lot of soil here. It's being collected and put together. Yeah. So Yeah, sorry, a lot of mess. We need to clean up this area, and yeah, we need to fill it up, level it out really nicely, and then the grass can grow the heck out if they want to. I don't care. See, that's I collect that from the pond. I want to put it down there, but I didn't do it yet. But that's gonna go down. I collect this from the pond, my fertilizer pond. Okay, so you can create your own fertilizer pond. All right, so just want to tell you about that fertilizer pond and how it's very, very helpful. You know, and I think that's why my plants are really, really very green and alive, and they have, yeah. Okay, let me see. It didn't take long, and these guys are all already coming out because all of them have soil from that fertilizer pond. Okay, let me turn this camera again so I can show you the kava plants that I just planted. See? There. Even the betel nut trees, they're starting to turn green. Yeah. See? See that? There's another one there. Yeah. See that? Okay. All right. So, if you want to have really good soil, you need to grow pigs. You don't need a ton of money to start growing pigs. You can just literally use your own, use the trees. You know, the guava trees are really good for fencing. And then the ohias can be your foundation of your pig pen. Okay? So when you work on your garden, yeah. Okay, let me show you something else that I'm doing right now. See? This is my IMO. Yeah. You guys can look it up, Google it. What is IMO? I am doing it here. 7 days. I think now it's probably 3 or 4 days. So we'll see when. And here is more stuff. See that banana? Yeah. So you can tell me what kind of banana is this. I think it's ready for cooking. Okay? Yeah. So this is one banana, and then there's more banana down there. Okay. Let me go show you. Sugar cane, guys. Sugar cane. Yeah. Look at this. If you guys want to try the sugar cane, come on out. Yeah. A lot of them growing up from here. It's crazy. And look at how green the breadfruit tree has turned. Because this is pile of soil from my fertilizer pond. Okay, so I brought up wheelbarrows of soil from that pond and piled them up under this, because this sky was yellowish, starting to look ugly, and now look at it. Yeah, look how. And same to this. So we bring a lot of that soil from that fertilizer pond. So this pile of pig poop and pee with soil here. And same with this breadfruit tree here. Yeah, the whole pile here. See that? That is a whole pile of soil from that fertilizer pond. And look how it's turning. Very green on top and very green on the bottom as well. Yeah, because it was, you see, it looks really bad before we put the soil down. Because, you know, they need their nutrients. So, yeah. So that's why. And that is a cassava plant. Okay, cassava plant right there. Cassava plant over there. Okay. So we all need to. And look at all the sugar canes. See? There. And look at this one too. Okay. Before we put the poop, or from this soil is from the pond, fertilizer pond. Yeah. Before it's almost die. You know. Yeah. Look at it. And then we put the poop, and look. Yeah. Look what happened. All of a sudden it turns green. Okay. Because it finally gets the nutrients it needs. And I think it's spreading. Look at all this. We need to use the weed whacker and come out here and just whack all this stuff down. Walking. Okay. So we also put poop or fertilizer from our fertilizer pond. We put them down under all these trees. And as you guys can see, same here. We use soil from our pond. Okay. And look at the kava. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And these are turmeric. Yeah, I just threw these guys down. And they're coming up. Turmeric. Or whatever you call them. Okay. Some more kava plant. And turmeric. Or whatever you pronounce it. And then more kava. So. And more kava. Okay. You need to put your orders in and reserve this kava, because they're gonna go fast. And this banana tree. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is where it was bulldozed. Right here. Flat out. No soil. But now it's, so we just need the weed whacker. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the land that has nothing on is turning into a garden. Look at all these banana trees there. Really. And we have, see? Okay, the reason why it is yellowish is because I didn't give it food. Okay, there's no food. Once I put food here, it's gonna go. Being lazy, that's why. I didn't feed my beetle nut trees. Yeah, but they're getting fatter. Look at that. It's getting fatter. Look at that. Getting fatter. Okay. Alright. Gotta show you one more thing. And then. So I'm potting kava plants. So kava. And turmeric. Yep. And taros are ready for harvest. This section needs to be harvested. These are already big taros here. I don't know when we're gonna harvest them. Yeah. Okay. And then we have a banana tree here that has fruits. Okay. And then let me show you this banana here, also fruiting. Okay. Yeah. See that? It's also fruiting. And another banana that is ready for cooking is right here. Okay. This is ready for cooking. Yeah. So we got two bananas ready for cooking. I think this gonna look so good for cooking. Yeah. Oh boy. Can't wait. Yeah. And I have my apple tree here. This is an apple tree. Yeah. Okay. Apple tree. So look, we didn't weed this. I just weed them the day before yesterday. They were covered with weeds. And this one is still covered. This one is still covered. But I'm gonna get them today. And that's why they're slowly growing, not like the other ones that have no weed. Okay, so we need to take care of the plants, then they'll take care of us. Okay, here is a good example. These taros, I didn't use anything from the pond, and they're good, but they're not as big as the ones that I use soil from my fertilizer pond. So you see, I compare those to these ones. These ones we harvested and I just planted them. But these ones, I put in a lot of soil from the pond. And I know these guys, they're gonna grow much bigger. And all of this, all the way up here, this is new. I just planted this probably 4 weeks. Yeah, 4 weeks. Yeah, okay. Alrighty. Okay. So, mahalo. Thank you for sharing my videos. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, very, very important to see that the fertilizer pond is very helpful. Using it in conjunction or in addition to scraping and collecting all the soil, put them together, and then you can grow pigs, not only for eating and not only for eating, but also for fertilizing. Okay, so I vouch for you to get pigs, to grow pigs on your land if you want to get really good productive farm or garden. Okay, and you're not gonna spend tons of money because the plants that you have, like the potatoes and cassava plants, and yeah, you can feed them to your pigs. Okay, and the banana trunks and the banana themselves, you can feed them. And yeah, the pele, yeah, I grow all this, the pele tree and cassava tree, and potatoes are really good food for your pigs. Okay, so you can literally grow food for your pigs, so it's cheap that way. Okay, everything you use off the land, it's what do you call it? So it's circulating, right? You plant using their poop for your fertilizer, and then those plants, you feed them to your pig, and then the pig poop them out, and they go back to the plants and go round and round and round. Okay, so, and you can just trees. This is ohia tree is the foundation. That's what I used to hold the post. Okay, I just use structural screws because they're strong, so they're holding it together. Okay, and then you use guava for the fencing. Okay, see, guava. Yeah. Okay. Yep. And then you can just have a hose. All right. And you can spray it down. This one is drink. Huh? Ni sufot. So what I do is, yeah, she likes to drink. Yeah, so she'll drink fresh water. Same time I'm spraying down her poop. So spraying down her poop just goes down into my pond. I mean, you want some too? Okay, she wants some. I don't know if you guys can see it, but she's drinking. Okay, her turn. Look at Nemin. She's ready for butchering. Okay. Oops. The heck? Here. Okay. Yeah, I need to clean up this space, guys. It's very messy. So that's what we're gonna do this morning is clean up, clean up, clean up. And then we need to finish our house. And I have 3 dogs. Yeah, they're not leashed or anything. They're just staying on the deck. So if we have intruders, they can just chase the hell out of them. Yeah, my dogs, they're very aggressive. Yeah, they're the guard dogs. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. So let me go inside so I can show you that I cooked them food for my pigs. Yep, I cooked food for them this morning. And then I can upload the video so you guys can watch. Okay. Sorry for the mess. Very messy. Very, very messy. Okay. Okay, see this? Yeah. I have fish, beef, papaya, pineapple. Oh, food is really good. Yeah. See, I pick up a white pineapple. We're gonna start planting those today. And also breadfruit for my. Oh, and say hi to my Ulu. Hi, my Ulu. Okay. All right. So, yeah. See that? This is a bonus for you guys. I'm running on 2 batteries. Okay, 2 batteries here. It's already starting to charge. And then I'm running on a Lux Power. That is a 6,000 kilowatt inverter and 200 amp hour batteries. Okay. And we have a freezer. Yeah. And then we can use the stove. Yeah. Let me turn on the stove so you can see that it works. Yeah. Oh, there it goes. You can use the stove. You can use the oven. And my coffee makers, and then you can use the water. Yeah, so everything is run off those two batteries at night, and then of course the solar during the day. We have a freezer outside too, but it's very messy. Alrighty. Okay, alright guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and upload the video. It's a very long video, but that's okay. You guys can watch it at your own convenience. Alright, I gotta make me some food. Breadfruit, potatoes down there. I can go get potatoes. I can go get the bananas. And I have breadfruit over there. Breadfruit are growing. So this is off-grid on Big Island, Hawaii. You can literally make your own food. Okay, grow your own pigs, grow your own food, and live off-grid. So you don't pay power, you don't pay water, you don't pay for your sewer. I have a septic tank set up. Okay, but I saw something is cheap on marketplace, so I gotta go get it before somebody else does. Alrighty. Okay. Okay, mahalo guys. Mahalo.